Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? What's going on, good people? What's going on? Happy Monday. Happy Miraculous Monday. It is Monday. We are back again with another episode, another week of SR Daily. I gotta order a new laptop case. It just fell off. It's been messed up for a little minute. Gotta spend some money on that. But we here. Another Monday, another week 73 here on SR Daily, episode 359. Getting closer to episode 400. Got to make some communications this week. Start locking some stuff in. Start some promo because we want to keep getting bigger and better and bigger and better and keep growing and growing and growing this show, growing this brand. We want to keep doing this. We are going live on the other. Hold on one second, but we are going live now on the IG. What's going on, Sefu Sankofa? Happy Monday, my brother. Happy Monday. Happy May. It is Monday, May 5th, 2025. First Monday in the month of May in the year 2025. I did not get to iron my sweater. I don't like to iron all of my stuff this morning, but I was a little behind. I had to shave and do some other stuff this morning before we started the show. But what's going on, Empress of Blues? What's going on? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Happy Monday. Rainy day, rainy week, rainy day yesterday, but the earth needs it. Spring, what is it? May, April showers bring May flowers. It's still raining in May. Flowers are still growing. The tree in front of my house is blossoming. It is transforming. Got some cherries coming. Super excited about that. Loves to grow some fruit in front of the house, man. Go out and harvest. But we are here. Please do hit the share button. Share this live with 5 to 10 of your friends who may be interested in tuning in. And we're going to get this thing going. We are going to get this show up and on the go. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, good people. I hope that your weekend was well. Hope that your Monday is off to a beautiful start. Hope that everything with you. All right, love is love. Let us build and push and create magic and greatness and all that fly-ish. All that fly-ish. All right. But let's start with our first segment for today. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. You are tuned into episode 359 of SR Daily. SR Daily is where personality meets enlightenment. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. Start with our first segment. First segment today is our word of the day, and today's word is limitless. As many of you know by now, last week, Thursday and Friday, Mona and I was in Delaware for the Limitless World Summit. We presented we shared our meditative empowerment workshop Friday morning. Thursday afternoon, we were also asked to do a short meditation in the hall. A lot of people, couple hundred people in the hall after lunch, after the one of the keynote speakers, Keenan D. Williams, who is a venture capitalist, founder, and all of that stuff. So that was super dope. And that meditation was on stage in front of a couple hundred people, as I said, when we did the workshop. People had, many rooms to go in, and we had about 20 people in our room, which is great. Mostly young young high school students from around the world. That was a super dope summit, right? But Limitless World Summit, and I wore my Limitless World Summit hat yesterday, and it just had me thinking, right? What does it mean to be limitless? I like to say that I'm limitless. There was a movie called Limitless. I was at the summit, and so today's word of the day is limitless. Limitless is defined as without end, limit, or boundary. Now, before we go any further defining limitless, we should first have a clear understanding of what a limit is, how limit is defined. Limit is defined as a restriction on the size or amount of something permissible or possible. A restriction on the size or amount of something permissible or possible. The size of your bank account, you can put a limit on that. The amount of love that you can have or give, you can put a limit on that. Right? There can be limits placed on that. Also, a point or level beyond which something does not or may not exceed or pass. Don't go past this limit. This is your limit. You can go here and not beyond, right? Tough. So being limitless, right? Without end, limit, or boundary. Being limitless generally refers to being without limits, boundaries, or constraints. No constraints. No constraints on your mind, no constraints on your thoughts, no constraints on what you can accomplish with your body, no restraints on how much you can have, how much money you can have, how many homes you can have, how many trips you could take, right? No limit. Be limitless in your thoughts and your actions, right? And how many people you can love, you can share your love with, right? Like how many people, like not just your immediate family, not just your friends, but strangers, can you really share genuine, true love with people who you don't even know, right? Don't limit your love to the people in your circle. Don't limit the advice you take from just people who you know and love you, or who you know, who you love, and who you know that love you, because they may give you advice, but it may not be the right advice for you, right? So be limitless, all right? It implies a state of unbounded potential. Unbounded potential. You can accomplish anything. We say it, but many people don't believe it. They don't know it to be inherently true. You can truly accomplish anything and everything that you put your mind to, right? But there is no restriction on what can achieve or experience. It can also describe being limitless, can also describe someone who embraces challenges and sees them as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. Sees them as growth, as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Challenges don't come to break you. They come to refine you. They come to build you. They come to test you. They come to mold you, right? Now, let's go a little deeper into this word limitless. Lack of constraints. Limitless individuals are not held back by self-imposed or external limitations. They believe in their ability to overcome any challenge and pursue their goals without feeling restricted. Unbounded potential. This concept emphasizes the vast possibilities that exist within individuals, suggesting that we can achieve anything we set our minds to, because we are limitless. We are the limitless game, right? LG, that might be a thing. Positive outlook. Limitless people tend to view setbacks and obstacles as learning opportunities rather than as reasons to give up. They embrace the journey of growth and development, right? That's us. That's us. We embrace the journey of growth and development. Authentic power. Limitless individuals are often seen as having a sense of self-worth and confidence, which allows us to navigate challenges with ease and achieve our full potential. Be limitless, my friends. Be limitless, be limitless, be limitless. I might incorporate that into my talk, into the show every day. Be limitless, my friends. Be limitless. Take the constraints off. Take the constraints off. Take the restraints off. There is nothing that can stop you. There is nothing that can hold you back. There is nothing that should limit your thoughts, your thinking, your ability to dream, right? And your ability to ultimately have, possess, do, and be. You can be anything. You can have everything. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can. You can, you can, you can. So that's our word of the day. We're going to move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, some tragic news all around the board. Don't know if you heard, but in Ohio, a teenage boy was shot and killed by police. Teenage black boy was shot and killed by the cops in Ohio. Traffic stop. Said he had a gun, pointed a gun at them and shot him and killed them. The next day, his father killed the cop. Not the cop who killed the son. I thought it was the cop who killed the son. But the next day, the young boy's father hit a cop with his car. Tragedy all around the board. Lives lost. This is wild. Let's read this article in the BBC and let's talk about it. So this is BBC. This is 15 hours ago. This is by Max Matz at BBC.com. Father charged with killing deputy a day after police killed son. Police allege that a father hit and killed the sheriff's deputy with the car a day after his 18-year-old son was gunned down by officers. Rodney Hinton Jr., 38, from Ohio, is charged with aggravated murder and is being held without bond. The alleged attack came hours after he watched police footage of the fatal encounter with his son, lawyers for the Hinton family say. Cincinnati's police chief said there is a connection between the two cases, although there has been no suggestion that the father knew the deputy who died. Ryan Hinton was killed after brandishing a gun at police during a stolen vehicle investigation, officials say. A gun was found at the scene. There is no indication he fired it. The deputy, who has not been named, was directing traffic outside of the University of Cincinnati graduation when he was fatally struck about 1300 hours local time on Friday. In a court hearing on Saturday, prosecutors alleged that Mr. Hinton, in a way that was calculated and premeditated, lined up his car, deliberately accelerated his car, and purposely caused the death of an on-duty deputy sheriff. Dozens of officers reportedly packed the courtroom during the hearing. About 10 o'clock on Friday, Mr. Hinton and his family members had gathered at their lawyer's office to watch police footage of his son being shot to death by police. Lawyer Michael Wright said in a statement that Mr. Hinton became understandably distraught watching the police body cam footage and was unable to finish watching the video. The meeting included members of the Cincinnati Police Department. After the meeting with the police department, Ryan Hinton's father left in his own vehicle, and that was the last we heard from him until learning about the tragic incident involving a law enforcement officer who was working a traffic detail near the University of Cincinnati, the lawyer's statement continued. This is an unimaginable tragedy for this community, it added. Ryan Hinton's family is heartbroken by this tragic turn of events, and we are all devastated for the family of the officer who was killed. The short, blurry video shows an officer yelling, "Gun!" before shots ring out during a chase. Investigators say the shooting was justified because the teen pointed a gun in the officer's direction. It is unclear from the blurry footage if the teen was carrying a gun or where it may have been pointed when he was shot. We do not expect the officers to wait until they're fired upon, Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Detji told reporters in a briefing on Friday. The two other teens were arrested during the same incident. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine condemned the killing of the deputy, saying in a statement, "I have been briefed on the ongoing investigation and am sickened by what appears to be an intentional act of violence. We offer," he condemns the killing of the deputy, but not condemning the killing of the young boy. They don't really give a fuck about us, man. We offer our sincere condolences to the deputy's family. We offer our sincere condolences. This is me saying this to the family of Ryan Hinton, because he should be alive, right? If indeed he did not point a gun, and if he did point a gun, it's just a mess, man. This is a horrific tragedy on both sides. This family lost their son, and this police officer lost his life. Tragic turn of events. Absolute tragedy, 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 man. Absolute tragedy. What do we do? Yo, Donnelly, what's going on, brother? Peace and love, peace and love. Delilah, what's going on, my sister? Peace and love, peace and love. What do we do here, guys? What do we do here? Is the father's anger justified? It's a temporary insanity. My son was killed. I had to watch video footage of my son being killed. It's not temporary insanity. I temporarily went insane and I reacted and I'm sorry. Or I'm not sorry, but like my son was killed. How do you expect me to be? My son was killed and yeah, it's just a mess because my son was killed and based on the history of young black boys being killed, nothing's going to happen to this officer. Nothing's going to happen to anybody. What do I do? Do I just hold that? Do I hold that? Do I hold that and trust God? Trust the divine is going to handle it? What does that mean? Is there divine handling it? Or do I take that, consult the divine within me, and then follow my spirit? Whatever my spirit says, if my spirit says leave it alone, if my spirit says react in this way. This is a mess. This is a mess. This is a mess. This is a mess. And I believe that this is one reason why cops shouldn't have guns, because I believe that, let's say there is a police chasing somebody. They don't have guns. The people know the cops don't have guns, right, for the most part. I think most people will not, even if they have a gun, won't react like that because the cops don't have a gun, right? But if cops have guns, you think you got to have a gun, and then it's just a mess. And too often, people are being shot and killed by the police, and most times there's no weapon found. There's no real threat, right? Yeah, it's a mess. It is an absolute mess. Let us move right along to our third segment. Today's third segment, as always, is our tip of the day. Today's tip is to ask for what you want. Hold on, let me check some comments. Tefu said, May is African Liberation Month. Shout out to Africans and Pan-Africans. Today's tip of the day is to ask for what you want. Ask for what you want and listen for guidance on how to get it. That's the tip. Too often we ask. Asking is great. You got to ask for what you want. State your claim. Closed mouth don't get fed. But then you got to listen for the guidance. You got to be quiet. You got to get still. You got to listen for the guidance on how to get what you want. You ask for it. It's coming to you. But actually, you ask for it, it's already yours. Because you won't ask for something that you know that you can't have. Yo, By Love Jones, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. SRDaily. But yeah, ask for what you want. Listen for the guidance on how to get it, and understand that in order to get what you want, right? Understand that and going to get what you want, you will encounter some challenges. You will encounter some unfortunate circumstances and situations. Things will not always go your way. It will seem like you are moving further away from what you want. However, understand that the storm that destroys also clears the way. The storm that destroys also clears the path. And so the things that are happening in your life, right? When you ask for what you want, I like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said, when you ask for what you want in prayer, right? When you ask for what you want, God, the divine, sends what you want to the address that you're at. However, we get caught up, we get stuck at impatience, right? We get stuck at lack of faith. We get stuck, oh, it's a challenge, so it's not happening for me. Oh, things are moving slow, so it's not happening for me. Not realizing that the slow movement is so that the other things can pass you. Right? The thing's not working how you want it to work is because it's working how the divine knows it should work in order for you to get what you asked for. Because, I mean, we heard it in Islam, right? Our Muslim brothers and say it. We plan, but Allah is the best of planners. We humans, we plan, but Allah is the best of planners. God has the plan, right? You tell God you want to see God laugh, tell God your plans. That's what our Christian brothers and sisters would say. Right? You want to see God, hear God laugh, tell God your plans. You plan. And it's okay to have plans because you got to have a roadmap. You got to have an idea. But you got to also have enough faith, enough knowing that you are divine, you are guided, and you are protected. And so even the losses, the failures, the setbacks, the disappointments, right? All of them are moving you closer to what you asked for, not further away. You got to change your perception, you see? Everything that you asked for is happening. But you got to go through some stuff to get it. You got to endure some stuff to get it. It's going to be trials. It's going to be tribulations. It's going to be some uncomfortable, unfortunate circumstances, right? It's going to happen, but it's going to get you where you need to go. If you keep going, if you stop, you're never going to get there. But if you keep going, guarantee you'll get there in due time, when it's time. And when is it time? When you get there. Simple as that, right? That's our third segment of the day. That is something that a lot of people struggle with. Right? They ask for what they want. They think that it's not coming. They think that they're not getting it. They curse God because it's not happening the way they think it should happen, the way they believe it should happen. It's not looking how they think it should look, the way they believe it should look, in general and for them. Right? Mind you, we always hear stories of the greatest people in the world and challenges they had to overcome. Yet every person thinks that they're going to beat the challenges. Well, not every person. Some of us know that the challenges are coming, but so many people think that they could avoid challenges, think that life is going to be quote unquote peaches and cream. The peaches and cream, the sweetness is understanding how this thing works. Is understanding that there's positives, there's negatives, there's ups, there's downs, there's goals and there's stops. Right? You go and then you stop. There's wins and there's losses. You can't win them all. You can't lose them all. Eventually, if you're winning, you will lose. And eventually, if you're losing, you will win. And all of it is moving you closer to your destiny. Every single thing that happens, right? Because you are one with the divine. You are one with God. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from the divine. You are intertwined eternally, forever, right? Like at the core of who you are is divine energy, divine spirit, source energy, right? So like everything is moving you closer. Life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. It happens for your ascension, for your elevation, for your growth, for your transmutation, transformation, and transmogrification. It happens for you. Life is on your side. But you got to ask for what you want. You got to listen. You got to listen. Pay attention. Listen. Get quiet. Get real quiet in your mind. Get quiet in your heart and listen and go in a way that spirit says to go. Go in a way that you know you need to go. And have a support system in place. Because depending on what you ask for, right, the bigger the ask, the bigger the challenge. The bigger the ask, the bigger the challenge. You ask for something big, it's coming to you. You got big goals, the challenge is going to be just as big. So be careful what you ask for. Be Careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. You ask to be the greatest person in the world. You ask to be incredible. You ask to be mad successful. You got to go through challenges. A lot of them. A lot of them. The biggest ones, right? The biggest ones. But you know what? Big challenges, big blessings. Big pain, big rewards. You see how that thing works? Yo, Legacy Furniture, what's going on? Right? Big challenges, big rewards. Big pain, hurt like deep pain. Extraordinary blessings. Can you endure? It was a song. Can you stand the rain? Can you? Most people cannot. That's why most people don't have the life that they want, the life that they dream of. They claim to want it, but they don't want to go through the pain. They don't want to go through the hardship. They don't want to sacrifice to get it. Let me tell you guys something. Today is day 5 of this watermelon fast that Mona and I are doing, right? Day 3, Saturday night, my body was cramping up because it was the first time I actually did a full workout in a month, right? A month went by without me doing a full workout, without me really working out at all. Thursday in Delaware, I did some light push-ups, right? I didn't do no resistance bands, no pull-ups. So Saturday was my first day doing an official workout. Saturday, I also, I ran for 40 minutes, right? I did my sets, pull-ups, push-ups, resistance bands, ab rollers, right? I did all of the things, 40 and 50 a clip. I stood on my feet for 2 hours, right? And that was day 3 of my watermelon fasting challenge, right? I stood on my feet for 2 hours facilitating a workshop on mental health, right? So that's taking on all of that energy, right? We talked about a lot of things, about 20 people, 25 people in the group, right, at the workshop, and then rode a bike home for 30 minutes, right? Walked a couple blocks, rode a bike home for 30 minutes. So Saturday night, my body was cramping, right? I did not stretch enough. My body was cramping. And I knew that, right? I knew that if I had something to eat, my body would have felt better. But no, discipline, focus, right? Focus, watermelon, that's it. It's nothing else, right? It's nothing else. It's nothing else. Can you endure? Can you endure? Can you stand in pain to get to your ultimate goal? If I eat something else, boom, I break it at 3 days. I know I need 31 days. I want to do it. I told people that I'm doing, so that's what we're doing. 31 days of watermelon. And let's move right along to our 4th and final segment of the day. Today's 4th segment, as always, is our build of the day. Today's build, yo, Mona Love, what's going on? What's going on? Happy Mother Loving Monday, baby. Day 5, let's go. Today's build of the day is religion useful or useless? Is religion useful or useless? Is it? Which one is it? Is it both? Is it a combination? Is it a little bit of this, a little bit of that? Right? Can you have your own religion? Right? So now, I used to say I'm not religious. I used to be the person to say I'm not a religious person. Right? Because, yo, Chef Steve, what's going on? Chef Steve Cruz, peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. I used to say I'm not a religious person. And I would even curse religion. Mainstream religion, right? I didn't like the way all of them subjugated women. I didn't like the way a lot of them turned their backs on the problems of black people, right? And accountability for those who caused the problems for black people, right? I don't like the slavery mindset, right? So I would curse religion. I didn't like how it, showed up in our communities, all right? But I've learned so much over the years. I've learned so much. And although I don't align with any organized mainstream religion, particularly, right? I can say by definition of the words that I am a Christian, that I am a Muslim, that I am a Buddhist, right? That I am a Hindu, that I am a Taoist, right? My brother Ray and I, years ago on the train, we told some folks when we were speaking about love and they asked our religion, we said we are Islamic Christian Jews who study Islamic Christian Jews who love Hinduism, study Buddhism, and practice Taoism, right? That's what we told folks, all right? So I don't curse religion anymore because I learned that specifically by definition of the word, I am a religious person. I am absolutely a religious person. And so I would never say that I'm not religious anymore. I would say I don't agree or I'm not aligned with the mainstream religion. But I absolutely am religious, especially if we're talking about solely the true definition. If we're talking about the true definition of what it means to be religious, I am 100% religious, which is simply a set of practices, beliefs, and or ideals, right, that one holds dear. I have practices that I hold dear. My meditation I hold dear. My exercise I hold dear, right? Sharing meditation I hold dear, right? Practice and study, study and share, practice and study, right? Like I hold these things dear. I hold my talk show dear. I do this show religiously, repetitively, right? Definition, which is a set of practices, beliefs, and or ideals that one holds dear. Religion can also be defined, or religion can also be defined as what one does repetitively. Do you do it every day? Do you brush your teeth religiously? Yes, you do. Right? Do you exercise? All right. Like, so what is your religion? You can make your own religion, and it is useful, right? And if you happen to be in the mainstream religion, Indo-European, Abrahamic religions, then like extract the most from it, and see yourself as divine. Extract the most, right? And then you go forward living your life. Yo, Dini, what's going on from Indonesia? My sister, I love you too. My sister from New York to Indonesia. I appreciate you. I hope that you are doing well. It's good to always see your name pop up on the screen. It said, what she said? It said, it is useful when you use it and can interpret it correctly, 100%, because you embody that discipline for consistency. Thank you so much. Right? But yeah, that's what I think about. I wanted to build on that. Is religion useful or useless? Please chime in. Those on Facebook, what do you think? Right? Share your thoughts with me. Don't be afraid. Yo, Sis Mecca, what's going on, my sister? Sefu said, I know former political prisoners who said they would not have survived without Islam. 100%. 100%. Right? Even if you do follow the religion of other people, right? Mainstream religions, like it can be, if you extract the wisdom from it, it can be extremely beneficial, right? Make it your own. It's personal relationship. Make it your own. Take the things that work, leave the things that don't, right? You can never have too much prayer, right? Especially if your prayer is followed by meditation, what you're listening for, and then action. You can never have too much. Pray about everything, before everything pray, and all things pray. 100%, right? 100%. Simple as that. Safu said, absolutely. My aunt plays the lottery. I tell her, be careful for what you ask for. She doesn't understand my point. She doesn't understand the burden of having that amount of money. That amount of money brings on more responsibilities. It does, and everybody can't handle it. Like somebody said, like one of the guys I listened to on the talk, they said, I think Jim Rohn, he says, having $1 million, no, not Jim Rohn, one of them guys, he said having $1 million is great, but giving $1 million to an irresponsible teenager could be dangerous, right? You got to know that, like, the blessing that you are ready for or not ready for, right? And a lot of people are not ready to handle a lot of money. They're going to go do more drugs, more alcohol, more BS, be in more debt, right? Like, it's going to happen. Like, you got to be financially responsible, right? So be careful what you ask for. 100%. Religion is useful when applied correctly. Peace and blessings. Religion can be helpful and powerful. Absolutely, my love. Absolutely. Religion can be helpful and powerful. 100%. 100%. You got to give thanks, right? To just be able to come together, to congregate, to fellowship, to share ideas, to practice, to study, right? And all of that good stuff. But yo, listen, guys, that is our show. We are coming to a close on this Monday, kicking off week 73 here on SRDaily, episode 359. Again, we got a lot of communications to make this week. We're going to solidify our 400th episode location. We're going to get to the promo on that, right? That is July 1st, Tuesday, July 1st, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. That is episode 400, live studio audience. Once this location is 100% secured, I will start to promote it. There will be about 20 to 30 seats that you can come in. Guys, come in for free. Join the show if you're available, right? And yeah, man, thank you guys for listening always. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. Please do join us right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. And remember, be limitless. Peace and love. Thank you, my sister. Peace and love.